Hey there! Just had a few Christmas tunes running through my head. It is Friday the 13th of December, and one of the things we did this week that was kind of different. It was a cool suggestion that I'd been meaning to do a lesson for years. There's a lot of Christmas tunes I haven't gotten to. I think last year I was toying with. Oh boy, I'm not going to be able to remember it. So I'm going to have to go back and look at last year's videos because I think I had a good approach to. There we go. I think I started working out an instrumental version of the 12 Days of Christmas, and I don't think I ever did a lesson on it. And I think, I messed around with it for a few days and probably did it on the news at some point, and then forgot about it. Christmas came and went, and it flew the coop. I should resurrect that because I think, as I recall, it came out kind of neat. This year's only new addition so far. This is subject to change because it's still early in the season. It was a version of Carol of the Bells, and a tune I've just always loved, but I really never thought it would make a good guitar instrumental because there's a lot of different parts, and they frequently happen at the same time. You're hearing this main little melody, right? This four-measure phrase that is the same four measures all the time, done with just with a moving bass line. And so the first thing I started in this lesson, by the way, so this lesson is up free for everybody. All you got to do is log in, and you can get the tab and everything to a slightly shortened and hopefully simplified version of Carol of the Bells that opens up with the main melody. Then introduces the descending bass line in A minor. Then kind of a little counter melody to echo it in the bass, sorry. Then a harmony part where the melody was up a third, and the bass line, instead of going down from A to G to F to E, or F to E to D to A, went from E to F sharp. Now, if you followed some of my lessons lately, especially when I was talking a few weeks ago about modes, in the key of A minor, we hear F. An A minor scale has no sharps and flats in it, so we hear this F and the F as one of the bass notes that happens there. But right there, the F turned to F sharp, and then G, and back to F sharp. So I'll give you a second to think about that, or you can pause it. But you might be able to tell me what mode that is when a note in the minor scale gets raised, when the F gets raised to F sharp. Okay, enough of that. Enough teasing you with that right there. Anyway, what else happens in Carol of the Bells? Then we've got the kind of ascending melody. Something like that. And then we have the A melodic minor scale run. E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C, D, E, D, C. That's how it runs, yeah. And at the end of it, so the first time through in the lesson, that's just 2 pages of tablature. But I hope everybody takes a look at it. And I really want to encourage people to not necessarily worry about playing all of it, because as sometimes happens when I'm trying to arrange things, they get a little more complicated as time goes on. So I think everything on the first page is pretty approachable. Really everything on the second page is too. It's the same melody with just the bass line an octave lower. Then the F measure again. Oh, and then what I did so the second time through, when we started using the F sharps in there, I had that melody, instead of just going, I had it move in quarter notes at the end. So let me see if I remember. Little kind of double stop hammer-ons in there. and then the melodic minor run. And I think the first time I did that, I then just played it an octave higher, but with some bass notes, an E and an A when they needed them. And the second time, though, made it a little more complicated, with a little extra harmony in there. So I think that's everything that's in those 2 pages of Carol of the Bells. So if you're interested or intrigued, take a look at it. I think that's it as far as now. I'm just gonna try to remember some of the. I really haven't done much of picking through my Christmas tunes again this year. Let's see. I always start with like the C medley, like. A lot of these, when I decide which one I'm going into next, it goes back to the first album I made back in the 80s of Christmas tunes. And you know, a lot of this was borrowed from John Fahey's approach to Christmas tunes. And so let's see, we had Hark the Herald Angels Sing. What was the next one I just played? Oh Come All Ye Faithful. And many times I go into the relative minor key here to do this one. So that's the sort of that's I think most of the medley I do of the semi-religious ones. Then I've got the goofy ones like one chord. I'll see if I can get it next time. Oh, I don't think. Something like that. Can't remember all of that one, but something like that. Okay, are there any more C ones? There probably are, but let's change keys and try something else. Ooh, let's see about this one. Steal an ending from, what is it, Evergreen. Here's another one in A. Uh-oh, I don't think I've ever played. Hang on a second. Gotta resurrect this. I think that is enough for today. Hope you enjoyed me strolling down memory lane a little bit there with some tunes that I had played. Have some of those tunes I have played for 40 years, about 40 years. And then there are ones like that have never played before, other than a lesson on it, on a singing lesson on it. But boy, that Lennon tune, really cool. All right, that is it for Friday the 13th.